depth. The first thing we should do when anyone dies straight away is to make sure that we, after finishing all the burial rites, make sure that we pay sadaqah straight away. The ahadith of Ahlul Bayt salawatullah wa salamu alayhima and all schools in Islam agree on this point, that charity is to be given straight away. That charity is not just meant to be put in a box. You don't just take the sadaqah and place it in a box, because the effect on the marhum, on the dearly departed, will not be the same. You go direct and give. If there's someone poor, for example, you give them the sadaqah. Ayatollah al-Khawi even said, even if to the rich it may be given, there's no issue there. If someone is from your school in Islam, you give. Even from outside of your school, you can give that mustahab sadaqah. But that act of sadaqah is to be done straight away. The reward reaches the marhum on that night of wahsha, that night of difficulty, like you will not believe. To the extent we have a hadith where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders the angel Jibreel. He says to him, O Jibreel, order all the angels to go towards the grave of that deceased because of that payment of sadaqah, and say salam to that person and say that this has come from the payment of sadaqah and the reward of so and so. So therefore even the marhum gets to know who are the ones who paid sadaqah straight away. Because I've seen people straight away pray Salatul Wahsha. Salatul Wahsha is not meant to be prayed first. Sadaqah is meant to be the thing that's done first. My mother has passed away, my father's passed away, my wife's passed away, my siblings passed away, my friends passed away. Straight away I go and pay sadaqah. I see someone, I pay that sadaqah. That sadaqah has an effect straight away. That sadaqah automatically at that moment protects me and them. Don't just think that you paying sadaqah only protects them or only safeguards them. No, it safeguards you as well. You at that moment are safeguarded because of the payment of that sadaqah. Because I want to make sure that that night, like we've discussed, when we've discussed the burial and we've discussed that first night and we've discussed the questioning that may come and so on, I want to make sure that everything I can do to help them is there. So therefore, what do we do first? Payment of sadaqah. Then comes Salatul Wahsha. If you can't do sadaqah, you can go to Salatul Wahsha. But all of us realistically should be able to do sadaqah, then Salatul Wahsha. Salatul Wahsha, as you know, that is something to be done by who? By the guardians or the kith and kin of that person, not by the whole community. Yes, we're fortunate that we're in communities where there's a few people in Salatul Jama'ah. Otherwise, if it's a country which is all of the Ja'fari fiqh and someone dies, you can't announce that everybody, it's wajib on them to do Salatul Wahsha. No. Salatul Wahsha, the guardians, they may be the ones who come and recite the salah. There's two ways that you know of reciting Salatul Wahsha. But that salah is for that person who has that first night, there's a loneliness and alienation for them away from what they were used to. First rak'ah, one reads Ayatul Kursi. The second, as you know, one recites Surah Al-Qadr on the 10 times. Of course, there is a mention of the second prayer with Surah Al-Takathur. There are two ways of reciting that salah. But that salah is a salah which a person does who is the guardians or who may be the kith and kin. Otherwise, further than that, nobody else has to do it. It's not a sunnah for anybody else to do it for that person who's died. There might be a raja that Allah rewards us, but nothing further than that. So what do we have? Sadaqah first. Then we have Salatul Wahsha. Then the recital of the Holy Quran.